Well, maybe we don't have so much time, because even next month, that means October, while we are recording this, will be a very important decision about central bank digital euro in European Central Bank. Let's roll another next clip who talking about this.
We are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new accounting is what we call blockchain. It means digital. It means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy, which will give us far greater clarity over what's going on. It also raises huge dangers in terms of the balance of power between states and citizens.
We are shifting to a new financial system, but the general population is not shifting to a new financial system. It's shifting to a control grid.
CBDC can allow government agencies and private sector players to program, to create smart contracts, to allow targeted policy functions. For example, welfare payment. For example, consumption coupon. For example, food stamp. By programming CBDC, those money can be precisely targeted for what kind of people can own and what kind of use this money can be utilized.
A key difference with the CBDC is that central bank will have absolute control on the rules and regulations, and also we will have the technology to enforce that.
They're saying we can control with rules. We don't need currency anymore. And so it's no longer a financial system or a currency system. It's purely a digital concentration camp. It's a slavery system.
They are even here confirming big danger for privacy. And they are confirming they can control each transaction precisely. And of course, at the same time, they are confirming it's possible to program this money, how can be used. We know now, because our governor of Croatian Bank said, no, it will not be programmable. Also, he confirmed it will not decline cash, but it can be. That means in 1 second, they can change this decision.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I mean, all of these new ideas, they're sold to us as for being for convenience, to help life, make it easier. And that's fine, except that there is the possibility to use it for control. And once every single transaction you make is digital, and every single transaction you make remains on the record, it's a very short step for them to say, sorry, you can't spend your money on that product. I mean, already in this country, the government are talking about checking if you go abroad more than 3 times. Maybe you have to get permission to go abroad a 4th time. Once you get into a regime of carbon limits, and they say that you can only eat so much meat, or you can only buy so much petrol, or you can only travel to so many destinations, the element of digital currency gives them the control to stop you once you reach your limit. And that's a real danger. It may not come in phase 1, but the point is, it's possible to do it, and it should be resisted.
Yes, and Philip, I saw documents in this preparation for central bank digital currencies. And inside, they said they will stop possible bank run with limits of 3,000 euros that each one can have on this digital wallet. But also, they don't give any guarantee that this will not be changed. That means in any moment they can change and say, not limit is not anymore 3,000, it could be 300,000. And then in that moment can happen that all deposits from the bank went to digital format, and then bank can go bankruptcy. Am I right?
Quite right. I mean, if you look at historically the trajectory of something like contactless payments, that started off as quite a small amount. And then the more that people got used to it and the more they got comfortable with the technology, suddenly that was raised. In the UK, I think it's currently £100, but it's likely to go up further and further. And I think you could sort of mirror that across what's going to happen here, where you started off at a very small amount and encourage people to use it and get used to it. But there's no limitation on the extent to which this can be extended. And I think it's clearly the goal. And it's quite laughable that they say that this isn't going to impact your use of cash when there are multiple initiatives. I mean, Visa and MasterCard in 2017 ran a huge study you might be aware of that basically was pushing for, in that paper, they were advocating for behavioral alterations to disincentivize the use of cash, or at least make digital payments as easy or easier than using cash. So there's a lot of behavioral psychology in the background pushing people away from cash. And there's also the United Nations Development Programme has an offshoot NGO called the Better Than Cash Alliance, right? And they say that we're not trying to replace cash, but like their name is literally the Better Than Cash Alliance, and they're calling for responsible digital payments, right? Like, it's clear this is the direction of travel. And it's only, I think, that they want to get the younger generation especially familiar with the technology so that they can nudge people away from using cash. And then eventually they'll just claim that it's untenable. I think that's the idea, that there are so few people are using it, it's just not worth it. But they're trying to get, if there are any means necessary, an onboarding into a digital payments infrastructure.
And we see at the same time decreasing of cash machines around. Even 15% was decreased in just 1 year in Croatia. And also there is a database. And now in this organization, database will be in the corporations, not in the government. And nobody can guarantee you that this corporation will not use this database and sell it somewhere.
Well, this is also the concern that it's one thing for the current government or a current administration to say we've got no intention of using the technology this way, because if the potential is there, what safeguards are there down the line to say that it wouldn't be used for those things or be expanded into those areas? It's very much a Pandora's box. We can't. Once this is rolled out, it's only going to expand. That's the only direction of travel I see for it. It's not going to be rolled backwards. And that's the case with so many of these sustainable development goal policies. I mean, Melissa, I think in the finance section, I don't think it was in the clip that you rolled, she said it's a ratchet system. And it's very much that. It only moves in one direction. It won't go backwards. So you have to sort of fight it where you meet it, or it will keep encroaching on your life.
Yes, and Mark, I was looking for answer for what is the advantage of central bank digital money, what we have with this, what we don't already have with existing digital money. And I couldn't find any answer except huge cost for implementing this.
Yes, but the takeout from this is that they have the technology and the wherewithal to create a situation where they decide what you can spend your money on. That's the biggest danger of all. Whatever it costs, you will not be able to control what you spend your money on and how you live your life.